So I expect this to be review for many of you, but family-based treatment, or FBT, was manualized by Jim Locke and Daniel LaGrange in 2002. Family-based treatment is based on 5 principles, and the kitten here being fed in the kitten nursery that I used to volunteer in kind of symbolizes to me what happens in FBT. So regardless of why a kitten is not eating, if they're not able to eat on their own in the kitten nursery, they're going to be syringe fed and they're going to be given food. And that's kind of what FBT is about. We don't worry about the reasons that this happened. The initial focus is on reducing the symptoms and addressing them aggressively. The family is charged with refeeding and stopping behaviors. And the therapist takes a non-authoritarian stance and is really a consultant to parents. And the 5th principle is externalizing the illness. So we often talk about the illness as this external force that has come and invaded your teen's brain. And the goal of FBT is to extricate your teen from this, monster that's trying to possess them. And you probably know that FBT has 3 phases. So, and sometimes it's misunderstood to be just about taking charge of eating. And I think that's, so we need to remember that there are 3 phases. The first is parents are put fully in charge of refeeding, through 3 meals and 2 to 3 snacks per day. This phase is usually weekly sessions lasting for about 3 to 5 months. In phase 2, control is cautiously but progressively handed back to the teen. This is usually bi-weekly sessions over about the next 3 to 4 months. And then the final phase is a very short phase to address other adolescent issues, usually spaced even further apart. And traditionally, there's a family meal in session 2 of FBT. And this is my rendition of what the 3 phases look like in terms of kittens, right? So this is, the kitten really needing a lot of help. Here, the kitten is taking some responsibility for their eating, and here they're eating independently. And the FBT treatment team has the therapist, the parents, and a medical doctor. And that's the core team. And then as needed, there's a dietitian, individual therapist, and psychiatrist, but those are not required parts of the team. And I think this is sometimes confusing because parents come to me and say, you're going to be the family therapist, and I also need, a dietitian, an individual therapist. And that's not really the case in FBT. So just always like to clarify that. The parents play a central role in family-based treatment. They collaborate on treatment goals and targets. They're charged with refeeding and interrupting behaviors, which can be limiting exercise and preventing purging. Parents also model and encourage coping skills. This is not always explicit, but as you'll see as I talk about, I think it is a core part of FBT. The parents are given feedback on the weight changes. Usually the adolescent is as well. And parents are tasked with handing back control to the adolescent and basically teaching their child independent recovery